And there is Queen Margrethe waving to the crowds, waving to the people that she has been queen for a number of years now. And look, as you said, Caroline, it's interesting because she's 83 years old. Originally, she had said that she will be queen until the day she dies. And this really came out of nowhere. Some of the people that Julia Bradley has been speaking to over the last few days, they were genuinely in shock. It was a moment in time that stood still for them when she stood up there on January 14 announcing that she would step down from the throne. 52 years after she succeeded her own father, she announced that she was stepping down. She says that her illness has taken a toll on her and she simply cannot go on. But over the years, she's been nicknamed, affectionately known as Daisy or the ashtray queen. But they really love her.
They do love her, and she's quite quirky. We've seen various photos of her over the years. She's got a very quirky style. Even some of her jewellery that she's worn has been very unusual. She's definitely got that creative side to her, which some might think is a little bit unusual for a monarch, and particularly one of her generation. There's a couple of things, I suppose. One, apparently she has a very bad back. And anyone who has suffered from severe back pain will know that it's incredibly debilitating. And I think it has taken a significant toll on her. And I suppose the other thing too, there were obviously those rumours late last year about potential affair rumours in relation to Crown Princess Frederik and a Mexican socialite. And, you know, the mind does wonder whether for Queen Margrethe this was a bit of risk management. You know, if Frederik is focused on what he needs to be focused on as king, then, you know, perhaps that takes sufficient amount of his attention.
Yeah, and that's been touted, and I do wonder, will it almost overshadow their first 12 months as king and queen? But a number of Danes that we've spoken to here on Sky News over the last few days, they've basically said that they're not even thinking about them because this is a very significant occasion, and then they really, really love and respect particularly Queen Mary, Princess Mary, when she becomes queen soon. So this procession is still going on. That is the horse regiment that is following Queen Margrethe in that state coach there. The succession, the formal succession, though, Caroline, that won't actually happen until it is formally signed off when they go to the Council of State meeting at Christiansborg Palace.
Correct.
The good news is, though, we are expecting to get our first proper glimpse of Queen Mary when her and King Frederik eventually do step out onto that balcony. He will make a speech, he will address his nation, and he will also give what's called a royal motto. It's a unique phrase or a word that's chosen by the monarch to reflect their values or ideals, and that will be his chosen motto. And apparently, in Danish tradition, that is quite a special privilege to have. So this is still going. This is expected to go on up until about 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. But you can really see it's a little bit not as, I guess, the pomp and ceremony that we saw during the King's coronation. It's not quite there. But this is very traditional for Danes.
Correct. And I suppose that's, you know, there are a number of royal families in Europe and elsewhere. They all have their own way of doing things. They all have their own traditions. So it's difficult to compare them too closely. Again, time to organise is a huge thing. But you can tell that it is totally steeped in tradition. They have their ways of doing this. And, you know, in a way, the Scandinavians have that, you know, elegant, traditional, yet very pragmatic sense about them. And you can see the way that comes out in their royalty even.
Yeah, absolutely.